G'day guys, how you going? Today I thought we'd talk about the power of words. By using certain words, the impact that it will have in our delivery, the impact and reaction that it has upon ourselves individually. When certain words are said, why we react to them in a certain way, which brings out certain characteristic behavior reaction patterns. Now for me, I understand the power of actually words and the impact that they can actually do and actually have. So I was kind of just like the other day, I was observing a situation and sort of noticing that there were certain words and tones to the certain words amongst two people that were having this conversation. And the one that was delivering, I could see the one receiving wasn't responding very well. And I see this quite often. So I thought, okay, this will make actually a really sort of good post, more so on the psychology of use of language. Now, the importance of language, one, it is important to know your words, to already pre-think your words. I use a little trick which I learnt back in university, in college, and that was when doing public speaking and when actually even in class reading. I was taught to actually read at least 4 to 5 words before you actually start to speak. So you already sort of are preempting and already know the words that you're going to say and how you want to deliver it. That 4 to 5 words is almost like a 4 to 5 second delay that actually gives you that advantage in your delivery. Secondly, what's really important is the tone of your voice, how you want to deliver it to how the message is going to be received. So a lot of the time, and I've learned over the years, that if I'm really invoked about something, very passionate about something, I express my passion. But sometimes my passion can seem overwhelming or possibly conceited or even sort of arrogant, but that's not my intention for what message or what it is that I want to say. So for example, if I was debating something and I got very emotional, people would hear my tone, and my tone necessarily didn't match my intent. So therefore, they only heard the sound of my words, not necessarily the words that I was saying. So therefore, my message becomes lost in translation. So, words are really, really powerful. They have a very powerful impact. So how we use them in any given situation is extremely important, that we as individuals are consciously aware of what it is and how we're saying it, to the tone we're delivering it in. So more importantly, my observation in the interaction that I saw the other day was not so much the delivery and the reaction, but I was thinking, what is it about the words that the person that's speaking, doing the delivery, is saying to the person receiving it that they're reacting to? So it all comes down to the power of words. And more importantly, what we as individuals give each word to what level of power. So for example, over my time in business, interacting just with people in the general public, or because of running a business, there's always some legality that you actually are going to incur, which is a breaking of a contract or a disagreement or whatever. So I'm very used to words and I can use words very well. I do consider myself a bit of a wordsmith, which is someone that is very particular and very thoughtful about the words that he speaks, which is what I do. Because I always like to have my delivery very sort of clear and without misunderstanding. But over time, it doesn't matter how clear you actually deliver a message or how you speak. It's all going to come down to how that individual is going to perceive it and how they're going to interpret it by certain words that they get an internal visceral reaction to. And that reaction is coming from something else that they've experienced, something else that they've actually encountered. Like, for example, we've all heard and seen people that speak really loudly over the top of people, or people that always want to be right, for example. No matter what the discussion is, no matter what the other side of the debate is, they're going to be right. Now, 9 times out of 10, if not probably 9.9999% out of 10, that person, I can guarantee you, has been told somewhere in their life, whether it's from the developing ages of 0 to 7 or beyond, that when they spoke about something, they were told to be quiet, shut up, you don't know what you're talking about. Now, human psychology will actually tell you that most people run towards what they shouldn't be. And what I mean by that is that when they experience something, all of a sudden, they want to make sure that never happens to them again. So what they do is they build up this defense mechanism. They build up this internal, what is called an egoist. And Eckhart Tolle, an author who actually wrote The Power of Now and A New Earth, particularly in A New Earth, talks about egoists and how they actually develop and what they're for and what their reasons are and how it actually controls our subconscious. So someone might have told someone to actually shut up. So what happens in that subconscious of that person is that they are going to make sure, they can actually go two ways. They'll either become really sort of subservient and passive, or they'll actually become really boisterous and aggressive. And the reason for that is because they've gone into defense mode to make sure that they don't get treated like that again. And unfortunately, people become their experience. So a person that speaks loudly or speaks over the top of or always wants to be right, somewhere in their life is actually being told to, you're not right, you don't know what you're talking about, be quiet, pipe down, shut up. So that's actually caused this internal reaction in them to make sure it never happens again. So unfortunately, them not realizing in their subconscious that when they now speak, they're now mirror imaging the negative of that original situation that they encountered. So they will speak louder and more righteously and more overpowering because they think this is going to stop it happening to them again. But unfortunately, they just mirror image that original situation and then they start to become that exact same situation. So then everyone that they encounter outside that looks at them and goes, oh my God, he or she's like a bit of a loudmouth. Oh, you can't tell that one wrong, that it's wrong, or you can't disagree because what they say, what they think is going to always be correct. So again, it comes down to the power of words on a positive and a negative note. So for me, I don't allow words to have power over me. I have power over words and how I use them in my form of communication and discussions with people. So I hope that gives you a little bit of insight about the power of words, the tone to your words, and how you can actually use that in your communications with whether it's your family members, a partner, your work colleagues, whatever it is you do on a daily basis. Just be consciously aware of how you sound matching to the words you want to express. So anyway, guys, on that note, hope that gives you a little bit more insight in communication and the power of words, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.